There is a lot of prejudice, so although there was when I was growing up, but through football and some of your best mates, we're very fortunate that we're open to a lot of different cultures, and you get to see a lot of different people and a lot of different, philosophies on life, really, and it broadens your horizons massively. Because all you know is what you grow up. All you know is what you're told when you grow up, or the people around you, and you don't know right from wrong. And it's only when you get a little bit older and get your own opinions on life, and you see a different side to life. And as I say, I think through intelligence and through being open-minded, I think that's when you really become aware of all different races, all different creeds, and embrace it for what they are, for what's out there, really. And also, I think it makes you a better person. We're fortunate at football grounds now that I remember going and playing with Sean Wright Phillips. We played Montenegro for England under-21s. And I'd never played and never heard any racist chants because it was stamped out in our game in England. Never heard it in the Premier League, and went to I think we played Montenegro away. And Sean and Jermaine Defoe were on the bench, and we was playing in the game, and there was only one stand in the ground. And I remember the whole stand, or a vast majority of the stand, when they were warming up, doing monkey chants. And we'd never seen it. I remember all of us looking at each other on the pitch like, what's going on? Is this these people backward? What's happening here? This doesn't happen. And it was strange to see it, and that was the first time I'd seen it as a professional sort of footballer, and I was like, wow. And obviously what my brain sort of went away from that was, this is what it must have been like in England 20, 25, 30 years ago. Very, very difficult as a white person to deal with it, even though the racial abuse wasn't directed at me. And it was strange, very, very strange, and definitely made me think, what's this? Why did they do what they did? And the only conclusion I can come to is, a lack of intelligence, lack of understanding. And hopefully, as I say, through great campaigns like this, this can reach people and show, transcend sports, transcend, especially football, and sort of show, what's out there if you just are susceptible to other cultures. I was forced to address my own issues and sort of did a lot of behavioural development, why we did things, why we say what we say, act how we act, and so on and so forth. And a lot of it came from, a lack of knowledge. And a lot of the stuff I realised the behavioural traits I did was through a deep-rooted insecurity or lack of understanding or lack of intelligence, really, about what was going on. And as I say, the more people are educated and the more people are aware of what goes on and what can happen, I think the better for society in general. And it's certainly shown in football grounds now. I mean, it's a much better theatre to play in for all races. Well, I think with society, there's always an element of society where, through lack of education, through lack of understanding, these right-wing people will try and exploit it. I mean, I know firsthand. I mean, I was out in a bar a couple of weeks ago, and I got a picture taken with someone, and it turned out, only found out afterwards, he put me on his Facebook page as a member of the EDL. Yeah. I've never heard of this organisation, would never, and this is, was public figures. I think they tried to do a similar thing with Katie Price, or I think they've used other public profiles to do a similar thing. And it shows, for me, that highlighted, that was their issue. It showed how desperate they are, how much of a minority in this country they are, and actually reaffirmed to everyone in this country how, much of a, how I'm trying to call them idiots. Yeah, realistically, yeah, and how, everyone sees through the crap that they're putting out there. And I think Muslims get a massively unfair shake of it, and I think there's a fear factor, involved in that. And as I say, it's a lack of understanding. I mean, there's good and bad in every society. There's good and bad in every religion. There's good and bad in every race. Well, I was in the Westfield a few weeks ago, and a couple of guys came over to me and just got talking about football and that. And it turned out they were Muslims, so they started talking to me about the Quran and so on and so forth. And we were just having a debate. And it was great. And they were saying you should come to a mosque, and see. And I said, I'd love to, you know. I mean, I didn't know whether I was allowed in. I didn't know whether you had to be a Muslim to be allowed in. They were like, no, anyone can come. I was like, I'm not going to be converted because I've got a lot of different beliefs, and my belief system isn't strictly Roman Catholic, which I was brought up. I was educated Roman Catholic. Isn't strictly that. It isn't